Hello, 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 gorgeous people. Welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited Opinions with me, your host, the girly talking to you on this mic, Naledi Masipa. I hope you guys are doing well, a lot better. If you aren't doing well, let's go do our little check-in in the previous episode, episode 8. I hope you guys are well caught up. And I just want to say thank you so much for 100 subscribers. That scream squeal sounds like I was dying. I didn't mean to do that. But thank you so much for all 100 of you. Like, I am grateful to God from the bottom of my heart for all of you. Like, I can't explain my gratitude. I can't show my gratitude. The mere simple thing I can just say is thank you so much. And with that being said, if you haven't subscribed, join the Peanut Gallery. I found a name for you guys. So, because this is Unsolicited Opinions and this is like opinions, opinionated people and things like that, everybody who has like opinions or something like that, they call it the Peanut Gallery. So that is what you guys are. You guys are my Peanut Gallery, but individually, you guys are my peanuts. And fun fact, or is it irony? I still to this day don't understand like what irony is, but I think it's irony. I'm allergic to nuts. Peanuts for sure. So it's crazy that you guys all call my peanuts. I'm not allergic to y'all though. But thank you so much. Subscribe on YouTube and join the rest of the Peanut Gallery on Spotify as well, and also on all social media, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. We're also now newly on Snapchat, and also Threads, where you get my little unsolicited opinion of the day as well. TikTok, you get a quote of the day. Instagram, you also get quote of the day. Snapchat, we still figuring her out, but she's gonna have something special probably coming soon. Stay tuned and follow. Let's be friends. Come on, man. But yeah, I'm very grateful for all 100 of you. The rest of you, join the Peanut Gallery. And I made it so easy. Instead of a whole bunch of links in one line, there's literally a Linktree, and you can also join the Linktree at Unsolicited Opinions. Literally the literally click the link, there you go, in the description box below, and everything is made easy just for you, my little peanut. So today's episode is called Missing Fruits. Now, my inspiration behind this was because I watched Cheat Unfinished Business on Netflix. I highly recommend you guys go watch that show. There's so much like drama, but there were certain things about that show that I saw that made me think of low-key how us as humans don't be giving each other enough grace or mercy. But we'll get to that. But I want to start with so many prefaces, disclaimers. I don't know what you want to call them, but I want to start with a whole bunch of stuff. Me watching that show, I do not condone cheating. I don't condone it. I don't motivate it. Not motivate. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't co-sign. I don't participate. I don't condone cheating. I don't accept cheating. I don't think it's a good thing to cheat. It's not a good thing to cheat. Like, to betray the person that you supposedly love and that loves you, that betray their trust, hurt their feelings, disrespect the relationship, disrespect them, their health, because only Lord knows if the person that you cheated with has a disease. Like, there's just so many aspects of cheating that are just really bad. I don't like it overall. I don't condone it. And me personally, in a relationship, if I got cheated on, I know I will leave. And the reason why I will leave, I spoke about forgiveness. Hopefully I can pop it up here. Go watch season 1. I spoke about forgiveness and what forgiveness really is, and that forgiveness and trusting someone are not the same thing, and you don't need to get back with someone once you're forgiving. Like, that whole forgiveness spiel is in that episode, so I highly recommend that you go watch it, because I'm going to be using that word a lot, and a lot of words these days have just lost meaning. It's like there was a time where I was not getting into it, but I was just what were we doing? What can I say we were doing? We got into some sort of disagreement and I expressed my disappointment. And I said I was disappointed, but then they were like, no, if you're not disappointed, just say that you're mad instead of just being disappointed or whatever. But it's like, I mean what I'm saying. I mean I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. So I just want to, basically the reason why I'm asking you to go watch that episode is because yes, you should go watch it, but understand what the definition of a word means. Forgiveness does not mean that just because you're forgiven, I trust you, or just because we're forgiven, everything is hunky-dory fine. Like, no, like that has nothing to do with forgiveness. Forgiveness is merely the matter of fact of letting go of the pain that something has caused you and forgiving it, and the person that inflicted that pain on you. I swear everything is explained in that episode. Go watch it. I spoke so much about forgiveness, I kind of lost my train of thought. But I could forgive cheating, but I would never take the person back, because trust for me is a very big thing that once it's broken, it either would take an extremely long time to build it back, or it just won't be built back at all. And that's all dependent on me. I know myself. If you did that to me and broke my trust, I wouldn't even want to take the steps forward to want to trust you. So it just wouldn't work out. That's why I'm saying I'll leave. I can forgive you, but I'm still not going to stay because I felt disrespected, because you betrayed my trust, and then a whole plethora of other reasons. I can still forgive you later when I feel like forgiving you, but watching that show, it made me see, like, I was low-key judging. God like caught me quickly, but I was low-key judging the girls like that were taking them back. I'm like, why would you take them back? How do you not know that they're not gonna do it again? And yada 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 yada. And those are all fair things, but it made me think of this moment when God forgives us, right? He does it unconditionally, like for an infinite amount of time, or infinite amount of times. Is that more proper English? My English today is just not like, I guess my brain is defrosting. I don't know. But God forgives us and gives us so much grace and mercy that we literally don't deserve, but we still get anyway because he loves us. Now, it also brought to my mind when it made me think, it was like, Naledi, if someone is really sorry, really, really, really repentant, would God forgive them? And the answer is yes. So same concept with those people that I was watching. It was like, the men, it was literally only the men in that show that were cheating. The women didn't cheat, so I'm going to be talking about men in this case. The men are really sorry, and if they're really looking to change, then they will, and they should be forgiven, because we all should forgive, is what God calls us to do. Now, it made me think of, as they were going through their processes of forgiving, it made me think of how us as a people these days, we don't give each other that kind of grace, or or love each other the way that Jesus commands us to love each other, or extend the mercy and forgiveness that we should be extending to one another. Instead, we're so judgmental. It's so cancel culture. It's so against each other if we're not fit into this perfect box, even though we're not perfect human beings whatsoever. Like, we don't give each other that grace, that mercy, that room to improve, or whatever the case may be, And the reason why I think we don't have that is because we lack fruits of the Spirit. Now, there are 12 fruits of the Spirit, and I'm just going to read them off of here because I unfortunately do not know them off by heart. I want to learn them off by heart, because I feel like these are just qualities that you should be knowing that you should have within yourself, or that the Spirit would obviously produce within you the closer and closer you get to God and stick to God. So they are charity, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, generosity, gentleness, faithfulness, modesty, self-control, and chastity. The ones that I feel like not we all, but most of us as a society, people of earth, lack for sure is kindness, gentleness, chastity, and probably I'm going to include peace in there as well. We lack those things very deeply, and I feel as though if we had those things, we would have been able to have sympathy for the next person, or it would be easier to love them in the way that they're supposed to be loved, as a brother and sister in Christ. Now, why are we so unforgiving? Why don't we allow each other to change? Everything in our life, because we lack some of these fruits, and obviously it's going to be different for every person in their own personal life of what they lack and what they have, and that's just that has to be a prayer point between you and God to talk about. But because we lack these fruits, what we end up producing on our tree is lackluster fruit. Therefore, the judgment that we pass on to each other, the unforgiveness we have, the anger, the competition that we seem to be in with one another. I don't even know competing in what, but there's a competition for everything now. We're not even loving each other as we should, because we also have this deep pride and ego, which I think everybody should pray to God to strip down, because be humble. You're not better than the next person. You're really not at least not in the eyes of the Lord. Like, you're not better. Like, umangwena, you're also human. You have your own mess ups that you don't even know about. So my thing is, like, these missing fruit causes us to produce lackluster fruit, and therefore we're not able to love each other the way that Jesus, God, has commanded us to love each other. Because how can we love each other if we're not kind, if we don't have peace between us, or we're approaching each other with gentleness? And the peace, gentleness, another thing that we don't have. Oh my gosh, especially with like cancel culture and all those things. I understand calling people out on their BS. Absolutely do that. I'm not saying don't do that. Okay? I'm an advocate for that. Okay? Call people out on their BS, but with gentleness. Again, being like Christ. Christ is gentle. He's not like like an angry person, unless he has the valid reason to not inflict pain, to be angry and to show wrath. But he approaches each and every single one of us with gentleness, so we should be doing the same, but we don't. And then now it causes us to like separate when we're supposed to be united. It causes us to separate and just become kind of inhumane, because we don't end up caring about each other. Like, we do not care for each other or about each other. Free Gaza. Another thing that I want to say with us not caring about each other. In Gaza right now, there are people not getting food. People that the entire place in Palestine, like, it was bombed. Okay, it was bombed. And then it's like, we sit back and we watch, and it's like nothing's happening. And it's like, how could we allow that to happen to actual people? That's happening to actual people, are being killed at the hands of other people. And that's another thing I just want to point out is, like, because we lack these fruit, because we're not kind to each other, because we're not charitable or patient or generous or gentle or whatever to one another, you just don't care. As I was saying, it's like, with that happening to the Palestinians and Gaza and Congo and Sudan and a plethora of other places in the world, with us becoming like inhumane, it's like we do things like that to each other. It gives a lack of those fruits of the Spirit and a lack of God within us. That's why I always am, like, I'm always saying, probably in every episode, I hope in every episode, get close to God. Get close to God. Side note, God is real. God is real. Okay? Another thing like that just like confirmed, like, I've always known God is real, right? But like something that just made me like see, there was this video on TikTok that I saw, that there was a pillar of, I'm gonna call it a pillar of fire because that's what it was. A pillar of fire, but it was a tornado made out of fire that came out of nowhere, they said. That made me think immediately of Exodus, when God came in the form of a cloud during the day, and at night, and it was nighttime in that video, came in the form of a pillar of fire. That is God, like, in front of your very eyes. He came in that form. And if you guys are gonna say, no, it's not, yes, it is. If you guys can believe in the signs that a star and a horoscope can give you, I can believe that my God came in a pillar of fire on this earth during this time like he did way back when. Okay? So don't be coming at me for my beliefs that I know are right, because I believe in the living words of truth that the living God has provided with me. I even forgot my whole spiel, but like, with God being so real, that's the real thing that you need to be attaching yourself into, so that you can obtain those fruits of the Spirit, so that you can act accordingly, so that you can be kind to people, so that you can be charitable to people, so that you can have peace within you and spread that peace, so that you can have joy within you and spread the joy, patience to go and endure whatever life throws at you. Be kind to people and receive kindness. Be good to people and receive God's goodness. Be generous to people. Like, all of these are Christ-like qualities that we should be aspiring to have. And the more and the closer we stick to God, and the more we acquire these fruits of the Spirit and have them become a part of our true character and nature as people, the less room there is for the devil to feed you the poison that he tries to feed us and succeeds in sometimes every day. Every day. Like, I don't know. Seeing that show just made me realize like how much we're so full of, we lack love in this world. I swear we lack love. If we all let me go on a little tangent. Last year, the theme of my life, I've mentioned this before, the theme of my life was God's love, right? Like, nothing was more intense of a feeling than God's love last year. Like, I just felt it, and I understand like a fraction of how much he loves me and how he loves me and the things he does out of love for me. And the more that I understood that, the more I tried to show that love to other people, to the rest of his children on this earth, to whether it's giving a compliment to a stranger, or whether it's just telling my friends that I love them, or being in a good mood and treating people with that love, with that kindness, and so on and so forth. So the world needs love, and I would like to think if the world had God, the world would have love. Have God in you, so that the world, like, if God is in you personally, his love is in you and is with you all the time, you'll be able to give that to other people. But because we lack it, we become these like judgmental people, and especially in like our woke culture now, it's like we sit on this high pedestal thinking that, oh, we're woke, but then it's like we're not better than the next generation, because they had their own set of, well, we're better in some aspects for sure, but it's like they had their own set of problems to deal with and have, and so do we now, but it's like we have just so much pride and so much ego, and we don't have that love within us to be able to forgive, or to be able to go through trying times, or treat each other the way that we should be treating each other, like they kind of did in the episode that I was talking about of Cheat Unfinished Business. If somebody, like, in this woke generation of ours, it's like we're so quick to cancel, slow to reconcile, and we don't love each other like we mean it. We're selfish. There's again a gap between the forgiveness and mercy. Like, I don't know, there's just this, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but there's no cohesion with us, cohesion out of love with us. And that's a problem. It's a problem, because look what we end up doing to each other, dating back to years ago, with wars and killing each other, and the slavery stuff, and the taking away rights of human beings, the racism, the sexism, the ageism, the beauty stand. Like, there's just these certain things, and there's just a whole lot of nonsense going around, and it's like we lack these fruit. I feel like this episode might even be very short because I just want to simply say we lack these fruit. We end up producing lackluster fruit, right? So because these fruit act like our fertilizer to keep growing into these beings that love like God commanded us to love, that treat each other with goodness and kindness and respect and honesty. And we don't have that, or we're losing that. And that's a scary thought because it makes me think that the devil's poison is running rapidly through this earth. Through this earth. But thankfully, I feel like we're never too far away from God. This is how I'd like to think of like our relationship, anybody's relationship with God. When I say anybody, I mean literally every single person. Okay? This is how I think of relationship with God. A relationship with God in your life is like a car. Okay? If Jesus, God, is in your life, he's in your car. You've invited him into your car because remember, God is a gentleman. He's not going to force himself into your life. He's always going to be there, right there next to you, because Deuteronomy 31:8, I'll never leave nor forsake you. No matter what you do, I'll never leave nor forsake you, right? So he's always there. No matter what I do, he's always there. So now, when God is in your life and you've invited him in your life, now it's just about where he is in the car. Is he in the back seat? Is he in the back seat? Is he in the passenger seat, or is he in the driver's seat? And then you'll be going about your journey to the final destination, which is home, aka heaven, right? Now, the other side to that is that if he's not in your life, like if you haven't given him the wheel, if you haven't said, Jesus, take the wheel, then he's gonna be in the car next to you. Now it's just about how much space do you have in between you. If you have a lot of space in between you, that is because you are like not doing anything to get close to him. You're disregarding him. Like maybe you even rebuked him. I pray you're not doing that to Jesus. God, are you kidding me? Don't you ever in your right mind have those words come out of your mouth, or that thought ever come into your head, right? But like, that's about the distance. But he's still gonna be like moving with you. You guys are still gonna be moving like parallel. And the way you move is God kind of gives us direction and guidance and tells us where to go. He doesn't control us. So if he says, okay, we're gonna turn right now, it's up to you to decide, okay, let's turn right, because that's where God is guiding us, right? And then all of this is just to end up at the final destination, which is home. However, because God doesn't control you, if God says, okay, we're gonna turn right now, and you say, no, I think we're gonna go left, then he's just gonna say, okay, and go with you. So I hope you can kind of see how like basically you're not too far from God, because he's just always there with you, regardless of what kind of path you choose. He's there with you taking that path, or if you're choosing to go on the path that he's directing you to go in, then you're obviously with him in that path as well. But like, going back to that, let's talk about the other scenario, about if Jesus is not in your car and he's in another car of his own. No matter the wedge between you guys, he's in a car of his own. Let's say, actually not no matter the wedge, let's say the wedge was this big. Let's say person A really like rejected God, doesn't believe in him, thinks it's all just BS, like whatever, insults them and everything like that. And then if they're very repentant, and they just have this like moment of like, oh my gosh, God is real and I am his child and I've been treating him this way, like just being repentant in whatever way they need to repent, Jesus will forgive. No matter how far they are, no matter what they've done. And I feel like God is just so perfect. The people in the Bible are the perfect examples. Basically, the moral of the story is that, you could be a thief, you could be a liar, you could be a murderer, you could be a cheater, you could be the best liar on this earth, you could be the laziest person, the most prideful person, you could be literally anything, but you're never too far away from God until the hour you die. You're never too far away from God, because once you die, it's either right or left. It's either up or down. Like, it's chai, So you're never too far from God. And I want to encourage that you remain in God so that you are able to acquire the fruits of the Spirit, so that you are able to project those fruits and be like Christ to other people, so that we don't produce lackluster fruit, because at the end of the day, you'd be producing fruit off of the true vine, which is Jesus. So you'll be producing very fruitful fruit, and the world will maybe be less. All it takes is one person at a time to make the world less chaotic, less scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, guys, like, the world today, it scares me. The closer and closer I get to God, the more I look around the world, and I'm just like, I feel like obviously, little by little, and only to a certain extent, I see the world through God's eyes, and it's just like, I pity the world and myself and us sometimes, because it's just like, how good of a God we are blessed to have, and blessed to love us specifically and intentionally and abundantly. Yet the havoc that wreaks this earth is diabolical, all because of the devil and the games that he plays with us. This world is in shambles. Like, the world lacks love. I swear there's no other way to say it. The world lacks love. The world lacks love. Men and women are competing with each other. Like, because it's like, men are becoming very sassy, thinking that they're the prize when they're not. Women, because I don't think, I'm going to speak for myself, we don't know how to submit to men, but the right men, it takes the right man to submit to. A man who's not submitted to God is not a man worthy submitting to, period. I'm gonna just put it like that, period. But even the connotation of submission, like, everything that God intended, it just gets like exploited, flipped into this like terrible thing. If you think, what can I think of? Generosity, greed, humility, pride, love, true love, lust, chastity. I don't know what the opposite of chastity is, but yeah. In my previous episode, I said that the people be having like sex like cats. I say like cats because it's like, stray cat will be with stray cats, home cat will be with stray cat, home cat will be with home cat. Like, it's just, and like bunnies, it's just everywhere. It's like, Willow Smith said it best, like, everybody just seems to be having sex a lot these days. Find a hobby, maybe. Find a hobby, beach, like. There's just so many things that have been flipped and exploited that God intended to be good, all at the hands of evil. So I guess my moral of this story is, have God close to you. Pray that you get closer to him, guys. I feel like I'm also not saying these things for no reason. Prepare the oil in your lamp. Jesus one day is gonna come back. And with the way that everything's going right now, we're all gonna think he's gonna come in our lifetime. What if he actually does? What if Jesus actually comes in our lifetime? What if you're sleeping? You're sleeping spiritually and physically, and then he's just gonna come. Poof, all you're gonna see is just the sky. The king has come. Yo, just know that it's chai. It's chai. It's chai. So please, guys, like you lose nothing from getting closer to God. You literally lose nothing but gain so much. Well, let me not say you don't lose nothing. You lose your old ways. Your old ways of life have to go. They have to go. They have no room for the space that God is making for you to be this great person that you are with Him. But that's okay, because in return you'll be getting something way better back. Way better back. Like, following God is following somebody who loves you and literally wants nothing but the best for you. Somebody who protects you, somebody who does things for you that you don't even deserve, that you don't even know. Like, anything good, that is who you're following. You lose nothing from following God. So just follow God. Even if you don't understand, go to Him with that, saying, God, listen, I don't understand you. I don't understand you. I don't know what's going on, but here I am. That is literally that faith of a mustard seed that you need. All God needs is even smaller than an inch to take you a mile, to take you so far. All He needs is something this small. God is a very great God. He literally made something, the universe, out of nothing. I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say. And I feel like I hope I was able to kind of make you guys realize what I'm trying to say for this episode, because follow Jesus. Follow Jesus, follow Jesus, follow Jesus. And I am telling you, through Him, with Him, and in Him, you are able to do anything. And it just takes for us to believe. And I also want to say, give yourself grace and give yourself forgiveness and forgive yourself mercy for times where you fall short, for times where you're not perfect, for times when you do give in to sin, for times where it's applicable. Give that to yourself as well, because I don't know about you guys, but I used to not do that a lot and beat myself up so much, and it would make me feel really, really like terrible. It wouldn't make my day nice anymore. And it's like, God isn't even being that harsh on me. Again, gentleness. God is being gentle with me, but I'm not even being gentle to myself. All those fruits of the Spirit, when you also like projecting them and giving them to someone else. I use that word projection intentionally because it's coming from within. Make sure that you have that within you, and automatically, because it's becoming a part of who you are, it'll be who you are to other people as well. So yeah, I hope something clocked. I hope something got in, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and go follow on YouTube for my listeners. Hi. Please rate this episode, comment. Any rating is the best kind of rating. Any comment is the best comment. You know how they say any publicity is good publicity? Give it to me. I'm not saying be mean, be rude. And also, Peanut Gallery. I understand we're all peanuts, but in this community, in this audience of mine, I would like for each and every one of us to be approaching each other, whether it's in the comment section or whatever, especially as this grows, with respect and with kindness, and obviously honesty, but respect and kindness. One thing I cannot understand is people who are so rude. I have an episode that's speaking about that, like, just not to take anything that people say to heart, because they don't know you. So yeah, as we comment and be people, let's be nice to each other. Let's be respectful to one another, especially to people that we don't know. We don't know each other. We'll never know each other. Who knows? What if my future husband is watching this? Hey babe, if you are. But be kind. You don't know me, I don't know you. So let's not be rude to each other. Let's spread kindness. Let's be honest and respectful of one another. Be generous. Offer a helping hand to one another. Pray for one another. That is actually what I would love to end off with. This world is so quick to judge each other, cancel each other, slow to reconcile, and all these things. But the last thing, even for Christians, especially the ones on their high horses that think that they're right just because one of they Christian, for those ones especially, like, you're so quick to do all of those things that I mentioned before, but you're very, very, very slow to pray for people. And that is also another thing that God asks us to do. Even if you see somebody being a terrible person, pray for that person. Hurt people can hurt people, yes, but pray for that person, because even if they're just literally, like, I'm trying not to swear, bumholes. Even if they just absolute bumholes, pray for them. That is what God asks us to do. So please, don't be quick to judge, don't be quick to cancel, don't be quick to approach things with anger. But pray for people, pray for each other. Prayer goes so far, guys. I feel like also a lot of people, I'm getting it when the aunties and the uncles and moms, like the prayer warriors, they just say pray, they mean pray. That is a form of communicating with God. Direct communication with the source, with the creator, with the Son, with the Holy Spirit. Pray. Words are very powerful. You'd never know. A perfect example, praying, especially when you pray for somebody else, that's you interceding for them. If you think of Jesus at the wedding in Cana, when Mother Mary interceded on behalf of the wedding party, just to say, like, help them with the wine, their wine finished. That's intercession. Moses with the Israelites, intercession. And I'm sure there are other stories in the Bible that I haven't gotten to or memorized fully yet to be able to tell you about them, but there's intercession. There's intercession there. Like, pray for other people, and it goes a long way. So pray for each other and stop being such bummels to each other. Like, excuse my language, but can we just quit being assholes to each other? Like, it gets us nowhere except dead or hating each other and with shitty moves. Literally nowhere but there. Unproductive, inefficient, unkind, disrespectful areas. See, all of a sudden I'm getting riled up just even talking about those things. Now we're making each other experience those things. Like, it's crazy. Pray for each other. Love one another. And there was one more thing that I wanted to say. I don't remember it. I don't remember. Me and Dory. Disney. Hi, my name is Naledi. I would like to be the voice of Dory in the live action of Nemo if you guys come up with it, because you guys seem to be coming up with live actions for everything. So if you do have a live action for Nemo, I would like to be Dory, because I be forgetting like her. Me and her are twins. We be forgetting the same. That was English. We be forgetting the same. Yeah. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this episode. My little spiel. My little kind of Diamakar situation. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for 100 subscribers, to 100 more. I love you. I love you. I love you. God bless you. And I pray that, actually, let me just close it with a little prayer. Father God, for the people on the other side of the screen, I pray that they experience your love, and I pray that they experience your greatness and your goodness within their lives, and that you touch their hearts in every way. I pray for peace upon their lives, and that for whatever they may be going through, that you may help them get through it, and understand that you're there to get them through it, and that no matter what life throws at them, you will give them that peace to understand that you are the constant being and the constant thing in their life that doesn't shift, that doesn't waver, that doesn't change, that always stays good. Please teach us to acquire the fruits of the Spirit, so that we may love each other as you have commanded us to, in the way that you have commanded us to, and to exist as a people with cohesion and in a community filled with love, kindness, gentleness, chastity, joy, and the other fruits of the Spirit. Sorry, I was trying to read them. Amen. God bless each and every one of you. Goodbye.